have you ever wondered what your cat is thinking, or why your puppy kind of barks in his sleep or ruff? Well, I'll tell you what. You may not know, but the woman that we have with us does. This is pet psychic Marla Steele. It's so good to meet you.
Hi, thank you.
You have amazing powers because you've said some things about my little animals here, my kitty and my puppy here, Bela, that I am shocked about. How did you know that you had some special, I guess, powers is what you would want to say?
It came to me in the form of dreams. I would just start to have dreams about my horse where he was getting hurt. And so eventually these dreams came during the time I was awake.
Okay. So, all right, Marla, I want to make sure, there we go. Okay, so you've got your hands full, I've got my hands full here. So we were talking about how you knew that you had some special powers, and I think that we may all have some power to communicate with our pets, but we just really don't know how or what they're trying to say. So we've got lots of things in store for you today. First of all, what have you got there?
This is a python, a baby python.
Wow.
Yes, and he's been telling me he's going to get very large, and he is looking for a mature owner and loves gentle touches, gentle strokes.
And Marla, how do they tell you? How do you know that?
I receive information in the form of images or feelings in my own body. A lot of times they'll send me like a miniature movie of what their life is like.
This is incredible. I know that so many of us are pet lovers. Now, we brought Mickey, my little kitty, and Bela, my Australian Shepherd. I know there's a magical story behind these two, but I was so curious to hear what your reading on them was. So let's talk about Mickey right now. He's really spooked right now. This is his first venture out into the world.
Yes, this is really stressful for him, and he's especially sensitive. He is somebody who's going to be very prone to household toxins, so you have to be very careful with that with him. He's come to teach you enlightenment, and he's going to enhance your senses, especially your own sixth sense.
Now, you may think that, I don't know how you feel about that, but I've got to tell you that there's something, oops, I'm going to grab my kitty because I don't want to lose him. But this kitty I'm really, really drawn to, and he was actually abandoned here at Channel 12, and I took him home. He had all sorts of medical issues and stuff, but at home I'm really drawn to this cat, and this cat is a peacemaker. I have about 24 animals, and he just goes around the house and he makes peace. Oh, hang on a second here. I'm going to have someone come in and grab my little Mickey, and then Marla, talk about Bela, because she's had some health issues. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Bela told me she's having a hard time breathing at times. It's her chest that feels tight or constricted. She also told me she is a very old soul, very ancient, wise one. And the other thing she said is she wishes you were home a little more. She kind of winks and says you work a little too much.
I knew,
tell the bosses.
I knew this was going to make me cry. I mean, your pets are telling you how they feel about you. She's absolutely right on. I've always felt that Bela was an old soul. Again, of the two in my family, these two are the peacemakers. And you're right, they have taught me a lot, and I'm learning from them. So it's interesting. Now, we've got a little critter over here. Look at him. He's just a little button. Look at that guy.
This is a little tortoise, and the tortoise was saying he's having trouble swallowing right now, so we need to get that checked out on him. And he'd like to dip his front feet into a little bit of water. That helps cool him down. He's actually very sensitive to the heat.
And Marla, how do we read our animals? What should we pay attention to? Is it a question of just quietly sitting and really listening to their body language, or give us some tips on communicating better with our pets?
Right. It's actually, what I do is more than body language, and I actually teach people how to do it, and I do a lot of guided imagery and meditations to help just imagine what they would be saying to you.
I think it's wonderful. I really do. And you mentioned something about Bela and respiratory, and she's had valley fever for 4 years now, and that's exactly where the problem is. It's the respiratory. So you are dead on. You've amazed all of us here today. How do we find out more if we want to better communicate with our pets?
I'm actually in town teaching a class this weekend, so I will teach you how to work with your own animals as well as other people's pets. And it's really nice. It improves your bond and your relationships greatly with them. And one of the big things I can do is help to sense pain or discomfort in their body way before a symptom ever presents itself. And that is so nice for their wellness and their long-term health.
Well, we're going to want to know your phone number,
Yes.
so give us the number and
Okay.
website.
It's 707-328-4997. And more information on the class, as well as how you can do this, it's healingwithenergy.com.
This is fascinating, Marla. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's really good to have you here. Janine, isn't that amazing? She just was dead on.
So interesting.